We have some great lamb shoulders. The lamb shoulder actually is the best part of the lamb because you kind of get a tiny lamb chop there, which is usually probably 3 times in price. But you're getting pieces that are very tender with some small bones. It's a perfect piece of lamb. What I did overnight, I marinated the lamb with some cayenne, like a half a teaspoon, with some coriander, a teaspoon, some turmeric, about a teaspoon, a little bit more probably, and some fennel, also very good for digestion. So all these are great for digestion. Now what I'm gonna do first, I have an onion. I need to saute the onion, the garlic, the pepper, and the ginger first. And that's how the flavors will come together for the lamb. And I'll show you what to do with the lamb. Now, usually don't like to put oil in the hot pan because I had to heat up my pot so that the process of sauteing will be fast enough for this tape. You don't have to work too hard on the tape. But after you put your onion, you can always pour your oil. So instead of pouring oil and making it toxic, just put your onion, bring the temperature down, and then pour your oil. Sometimes if I want to do like a chicken or something, I'll let the pot get really hot and almost creates a grill mark on your onions. So that's also a cool way to do a partially grilled onions. See, it's doing it right now actually. Hot, it was very hot. So I'm going to pour my oil. Go. And we bring these here and slice these slowly here, because this is how I slice anyways. I don't use the board that much. Now this is going to be a little bit spicy. I'm putting the whole pepper in there. So if you don't like spice, don't use this pepper, use bell pepper. I won't put all of it though. I just use like part of it. And then I have garlic. Make them like little squares. And you can put as many as you want. I'm going to try to put at least 5, 6 cloves in here. And you can put them whole. There's like no need of chopping real small, really. Everything cooks fine. Whatever size you put them. I'm not picky about that. Now the ginger, I showed you another tape to slice them and then make these little cubes. I'll do that too, but I can do it just right here like that. But I'll also do it on the board so you can see how to do the ginger. Or you can just mash it up or shred it. There's so many ways to do ginger. So I'm going to do the ginger the other way for you so you can see they're thin slices, and then cut them in small pieces or shred them. If it's too hard to do this, no worries. There is shredder. So there's our ginger. We let these cook nicely. They need to saute. I had this high first and then lowered it so nothing will burn. I need these to saute until they get caramelized light brown. Now because I have a pot, the steam stays in, so I might not get that color exactly. Because when you saute in a pot, it's kind of different from the skillet. So it's okay if that happens. That's fine. I think I'm going to put a couple more garlics in there. I love garlic. I usually forget to talk about salt, but I do salt my food, not a lot. The spices and all the things that you use in food, the herbs, they create so much flavor that you really don't have to have a lot of salt to make delicious food. So if you're trying to avoid salt, this is a perfect way of cooking. You can use spices that are healthy for you, help your body digest the food well. Now if you don't have time, and let's say you have to create this real fast, this is one trick I have. You create the middle part because we have to sear our meat. That means we put it in a high heat and both sides get light brown color, which now I have seasoning on it. You won't see it, but that process is called searing. The juices get sealed in the middle, and when the meat is cooking, it's very, very tender, extremely. I'm going to use these after I sear this and put the rest of my ingredients. I'll put these on top of them. I'm not going to throw these away. They're chopped really coarsely, but it's okay. I don't mind that. If you mind that, then you can discard them, but I wouldn't. I just will use them on top of my dish. Now this dish has to be seared at least 5-7 minutes on each side to get that color that you like, and it will be the right time for the meat to be to start the next process of cooking. So you can't rush the searing part, then it won't work. So I'm going to leave it at least 5 minutes on one side, 5 minutes on the other side, and then I'll be chopping my potatoes. I have 3 potatoes that I peeled because they were not organic. If they were, I wouldn't peel them. So I'm going to chop them, put them around it. And then I have 2 tomatoes that I will chop and put around the meat. I usually like the meat to stay in the center and the rest of the vegetables go around. Then I put the lid on, lower it, let it cook slowly so the meat will be fully cooked. But we still need to sear this meat, and then we can do all that. So this is the time we're going to flip the meat. Seared on one side, as you can see, it is just beautiful. And then we're going to sear it on the other side. 5 minutes. I have the tomatoes diced. What I do with the tomatoes, I put them around, kind of create a colorful picture. Now if you have problem with heat, if it's too hot for you, don't go this slow. Just throw them in there like that from far. You know, I have worked with food a lot, and so the heat doesn't bother me. Now I know I'm throwing that in there and it's going to create the juice and it won't let this to sear, so don't put it until 5 minutes is over. I'm just trying to do everything on time for the time being. Now the potatoes I cooked are chopped this large, or you can do smaller if you want. And you also put the potatoes like that, just so that it's a very beautiful dish. I put these, also I forgot to tell you, you can put this in the oven. You can definitely have a dish that can go in the oven after you did this. Start it on the stove top, finish it in the oven. I would cover it so it won't burn and everything will cook good. So 350 until the potatoes are cooked. Actually, the meat will cook also at the same time. And this meat is very, very tender. Extremely. Like I said, it's the lamb shoulder, the best part of the lamb. So we're slowly getting the other side. As you see, it's getting seared. Yeah, if you want, I usually pour some juices underneath the meat so that it doesn't burn. There's always a chance of burning while the temperature is going down. So I'll take the temperature to low. Everything is pretty hot now, so it shouldn't go too low. And then I put the lid on. But like I said, I'm going to use the rest of these onions and just throw them there on top of the meat. Or we could have used them at the start. But I wanted you to see that this is marinated. So this is going to cook nicely. And you will see the finishing touch of this food. I wanted to let you know that when you put these extra onions that we had in the marinade, I push them underneath the meat so they will create a bit of, it's almost like this meat is laying down on a ton of onions and it's cooking with the juices of this onion. So, and also I do not add water. I try to cook this dish just with the juices of onion and tomato. And as you see right now, there's about ½ inch of juices created, about a little bit less. And as you see, there's a lot of juice going there, and as it cooks, everything will keep on giving out juice, and they will cook with the juices of potatoes, tomatoes, and onion instead of water. If you want to make a stew, then put some water and add more vegetables. This is the finishing touch of my lamb shoulder dish. As you see, it is delicious and beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Keep on watching. You'll have surprises in every video.